Good evening, everyone. This is Jerry Bishops, and this is Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. Just want to send everybody a shout out for tuning in. We are normally on the YouTube live channel of the Jersey Fresh YouTube live channel, but I definitely wanted to take an opportunity every now and then to jump on the Facebook live feed to just say hello to everybody and give everybody a little taste of what it is that we're doing here on the Jerry Bishop's live show. For those of you who are just tuning in, it's basically a sports podcast, and we do talk about other things that may be trending on the internet that we may find interesting to you, and it might be a show that you guys are watching, like, you know, when Power is on, we're definitely always talking about Power. You know, maybe a big fight or something like that, or whatever the case. Like I said, if it's something that's popular and it's trending, and if you guys are talking about it, more than likely we are talking about it. So, once again, welcome. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show. Again, like I said, on Jersey Fresh TV at Bravery Studios. What I am going to do is I'm going to get the number again for you, because I'm always forgetting the number. But I do know it's 862 621 9536. So the number to call in, and if you have any questions or comments, you want to call in live, we'll get you on the air. It's 862 621 9526. So it's Tuesday. The weather is fantastic. We're getting a little taste of spring, I believe. It was a little cold yesterday, but today was very nice. I had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm looking directly at you in the camera. I don't have my glasses on today. I left my glasses at home, so y'all got to bear with me, but I can pretty much see. Just worry about me when I'm in the car driving home. So, yeah, so had a great weekend. Hung out with the family and went over to one of my boys' house, Rick, Big Rick, former NFL player. We're going to get him on the show soon. We went over to his house to watch the fight. For those of you who did not get a chance to watch it, this gentleman, Errol Spence Jr., fought Mickey Garcia. Now, I try to get into boxing, and I try to enjoy the big fights. I'm a big Mayweather fan, not because, you know, I'm a boxing, you know, fanatic like that, and I enjoy, you know, Mayweather, but I just enjoy the excitement that Mayweather brought to the game in regards to just having big fights and getting people together, whether it be at people's houses or Buffalo Wild Wings or at bars or whatever the case. Love him or hate him, he brought the people out, you know, so I miss that. I do miss it. But this gentleman, Errol Spence Jr., and he's a title owner himself. He's a champion. He fought Mickey Garcia, who is Mickey Garcia actually has like 5 titles. But what he did was, they said he moved up like 2 or 3 weight classes to fight Errol Spence. Of course, Errol Spence was the bigger, stronger, more powerful fighter that night. And he basically won every round. Like, I was kind of like, anybody that was there would tell you, I was like kind of like dozing off during the fight. But every time, it seemed like every time a round would end, I would wake up, and then I'd be like sleep in between the rounds. And then when the bell rang to start the next round, I'd be up. But I saw the majority of the fight, and the only thing that impressed me about the fight really was that Mickey Garcia did not get knocked out. I mean, this guy, Errol Spence Jr., I believe he's from Texas. Yeah, I believe he was fighting in his home state. They were fighting at the AT&T Stadium, which is the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. So Jerry Jones was there. A bunch of Dallas Cowboys were there as well. And this guy brought it to Mickey Garcia. And he basically won every round. But Mickey Garcia was able to stay on his feet the entire fight. So that led me to believe, okay, well, was this Mickey Garcia guy that tough? Or is there questions in regards to Errol Spence's power? Is it overstated? Because I believe Errol Spence, he has 26, 27 fights. 21 of the fights ended in knockouts. So was this guy fighting 10 cans or was he fighting anybody that, it was worth talking about? Whatever the case, like I said, Errol Spence won the fight. He won every single round. And I don't know. That was the main event. So it was good to be out amongst friends, enjoying some good food, watching these two guys go at it. But at the end of the day, nobody brings the excitement like Mayweather did. So I doubt if he'll fight again. We'll probably get another Pacquiao fight out of it. He actually called, this is interesting, he actually called Pacquiao in the ring to challenge him to, his next fight. Because everybody knows, the money fights right now is either Pacquiao or Mayweather. So if you can get those two guys in the ring, you're more than likely to get a nice payday. So he actually called Pacquiao in the ring and challenged him, and Pacquiao said 2 or 3 words. I still, for the love of me, don't understand why this guy doesn't speak English yet, but it is what it is. He's a multi-millionaire, made his money in the ring. He's probably like a politician back in the Philippines or wherever he's from. But, he's still getting it done. So that was the big deal, for me this weekend. In other news, I'm seeing here today that the prosecutors have offered a plea deal to the New England Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, and 24 other men that were charged in the prostitution ring in Palm Beach. State attorney confirmed on Tuesday. It says that Kraft and other men would have to review the evidence and admit that they were guilty at trial. And then they'd basically get off for some community service or something like that. So my thing is, if you're innocent, you're innocent. If you're guilty, you're guilty. Is it worth, cutting a plea deal and, saving yourself the time to have to go to court back and forth and the embarrassment of it all? Or do you want to fight? You can fight it. He's got the money. He's got a lawyer, I'm sure. Part of his staff. I don't know. What you going to do, Kraft? What would you guys do? Would you fight? Or would you fall on your sword and just be like, okay, it was a one-time thing. I made a mistake. It won't happen again. I'll do my community service, and I'll go on from there. This was a big story. When it came out. But the biggest part of it was that there was a gentleman that worked for ESPN who basically said that Kraft was not the biggest name that was involved in this scandal. And he basically had to retract his statement because it turned out that Kraft was the biggest name in the scandal. And he had just basically said that to, get more attention, on his part. I don't know. It was a pretty stupid thing to do. I think we were both, I think all of us knew that Robert Kraft was the name that we would know that everybody would be shocked by. But just it turns out that the lady who actually owned the spa is going to be investigated now because of her relationship with Trump, and every single scandal seems to lead back to the White House now. Not surprised. So, like I said, this is Jerry Bishop's live show. We're just going over some of the trending topics before we dive into the real sports stories of the day. Once again, like I said, you guys can call in at 862-621-9536. If there's something you want to talk about, we could definitely discuss it. Or we can just discuss the news of the day. Here's another sports story for you. UFC's Dana White, the president of the UFC, he actually just signed another deal, a 7-year deal, to continue being president of the UFC. They just currently signed a deal with ESPN. ESPN is actually going to be carrying all of their fights exclusively. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Dana White is like the Vince McMahon of the UFC. It's funny because when I'm watching like the weigh-ins for the fights, it's like why does he have to be the one to like stand in between the fighters? Like, I don't know, is it like a photo op for him? Like, isn't there anybody else that can like stand in between these guys, you know, while they're like doing their little face-off thing, you know, to promote the fight? It's like, it's crazy, you know, but I guess that's part of the deal. That's part of the deal for them. The funny thing about it was the terms of the deal were not made public. I didn't see any dollar amount that was put out there for exactly how much he's going to get for this 7-year deal. But I'm sure that it was a nice size deal. In other news, the New York Yankees, my team from the Bronx, New York, they just signed another pitcher, a left-handed pitcher, to a minor league deal. His name is Gio Gonzalez. Now, the real reason why this gentleman was signed to the Yankees is because the New York Yankees rotation took a hit with the loss of Luis Severino for the first month of the season. So basically, Brian Cashman had to beef up his arsenal, and he signed the veteran Gio Gonzalez to a minor league deal. So if he actually gets brought up from the minor leagues and he gets the opportunity to make the roster, it's going to pay him $3 million. It says that he will not be ready for the start of the season, but they do have an April 20th opt-out, as per his agent. Now, here's the thing. Severino was supposed to be the ace. I'm sure anybody that follows the Yankees knows that. And the fact that he's not going to be able to start the season is a downer. But here's my thing. If the Yankees are going to go through any situation in regards to their players having these health issues, I would much rather it happen now. Because come September, October, even in August, you know, when these guys are making that run, you know, towards the pennant, you want your whole staff in tip-top condition. So they're going to go through their little aches and pains right now. I don't mind. I don't mind at all, because I don't want to be second fiddle to the Boston Red Sox. I don't want to be second fiddle to Houston Astros, even though they've lost a lot. I don't want to be second fiddle to Toronto. I want my crew healthy and at 100% come the fall. You know, we got CC Sabathia back this year. This is going to be his last year. You know, he spends a little bit of time on, you know, on the bench. You know, he gets hurt every now and then, but I mean, I still love CC. I wanted him on the team this year. If he was going to play anywhere, I wanted him to end his career as a New York Yankee. So he's let's see, they said Severino will be out at least a month. He'll be out at least a month. So, I mean, we can deal with that. We can deal with that. you know. So I want to share something with you guys. It's for my NBA fans. It's for my NBA fans. I would make it sort of like a trivia, but I'm just going to give it to you anyway. This day in sports, March 19th of 1995. I wonder how many of you know why that date is special to basketball fans and NBA fans and fans of the Chicago Bulls and fans of Michael Jordan. Like my true NBA fans, the true Michael Jordan fans should know why March 19th, 1995 is a special date. Call in 862-621-9536. 862-621-9536. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to call in and tell me why March 19th, 1995 is a special date in NBA basketball history. I'll give you a hint. It has to do something with a Chicago Bull. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show, coming to you live from Clinton, New Jersey, Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey, the Jersey Fresh TV channel. Call in 862-621-9536. Tell me what happened on March 19th, 1995. The hint is that it has something to do with a Chicago Bull. I'm going to break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. See you on the other side. We're back. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey, and you guys are probably watching from my Facebook page, either the Jersey Fresh TV Facebook page or the Jerry Bishop's Facebook page. You can also catch us on the Jersey Fresh TV, the Jersey Fresh TV YouTube page. So if you guys want to subscribe, watch the previous shows, you can do that as well. But we will pop up every now and then on the Facebook Live page. So we had a couple of callers call in, and they didn't get the answer right. We had a couple of people call in, and they didn't get the answer right while we were on break. So they came up with some other stuff. I don't even know what they were talking about. But on this day, March 19th, 1995, the words I'm back were the headlines on the papers. Michael Jordan came out of retirement to play versus the Indiana Pacers, and he was sporting the number 45. Sporting the number 45 because the number 23 had been placed in retirement. Michael Jordan was in retirement for 17 months and came back. He scored 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game. I remember that game. Remember he was playing against Reggie Miller. One thing that I remember about that game is Mike looked a little more buffed in that game. He had put on a little bit of weight, but it was muscle. I guess he needed that, when he was playing baseball. But I think they got swept in the playoffs that first year back. I don't think they got swept, but I know they didn't. Of course, they didn't make it to the championship, but they didn't make it to the championships. But that next year, when he came back wearing number 23, they ran off another 3 straight. So, yes, on this day in sports history, March 19th, 1995, Michael Jordan came out of retirement wearing the number 45, 19 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now, in other NBA news, Dirk Nowitzki from the Dallas Mavericks actually has reclaimed the number 6 spot on the NBA's all-time scoring list. He passed Wilt Chamberlain on Monday night. And Wilt Chamberlain scored 31,419 points in his Hall of Fame career. So Dirk Nowitzki entered the game 4 points behind him, hit a couple of shots. Next thing you know, Dirk is number 6 again. Funny thing is, when the NBA season started, LeBron James was actually behind Dirk Nowitzki. And, of course, Dirk is playing a lot less minutes now, putting a lot less points up. And, so LeBron passed him, and we all know LeBron passed Michael Jordan as well this season. I don't know if he'll be passing anybody else this season, but we'll see, because LeBron James, as we know, has another couple of years to play. Interesting bit of information is that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is now the only 7-footer to score more points than Nowitzki. That's interesting. There are only 2 7-footers, like in this top 6, top 7. Very, very, in this top 6. Only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki has made 1,963 pointers in his career, which he ranks 11th in the NBA and is by far the most by any other 7-footer. Now, we know the game has changed, and gone are the days of the 7-foot centers dominating the league. The Shaq O'Neals and the Hakeem Olajuwons and the Patrick Ewings and Those guys, you dump the ball in the middle, and you were almost guaranteed, 2 points. Dirk Nowitzki kind of revolutionized, the game in regards to just, him being a 7-footer and being able to step outside and knock down jump shots consistently. I mean, a lot of people think Patrick Ewing became like a jump shooter, but he was mid-range, still in the paint, high percentage shot jump shooter. It wasn't like nothing crazy. But Dirk was like hitting 3-pointers, like behind the 3-point line and, to the key, the elbow extended. I mean, Dirk was knocking it down, so I think it kind of just opened the door for coaches to just, allow their bigger players to just, kind of step outside and knock down those jump shots. I mean, look at how versatile Kevin Garnett was. I mean, Tim Duncan off the glass. I mean, you see player after player after player now. These guys are just bigger and able to, shoot from further out. Oh, okay. I just heard we have a caller on the line.
Hey, it's Eric.
Hey, this is Jerry Bishop's live show. Who's on the line?
This is Eric.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
I'm good. You?
All right. Can we get a little more volume on Eric? All right, my man Eric, how are you, sir?
All right, yourself?
Excellent. How was your day? It's beautiful weather out there, right?
Yeah, man. Getting closer to that spring weather I've been waiting for. Well, really, I'm waiting for summer weather, but, this will do.
Yes, sir. I was just talking about Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he basically passed Wilt Chamberlain, on the all-time scorers list for the NBA, and we was basically just talking about how the game has changed since Nowitzki has entered the league, and how the big men can, they're almost expected now to kind of be step outside and be able to knock down the jump shot consistently,
Oh yeah, he was a big pioneer of that, being a stretch four.
Right. Now in the top 6 of all-time leading scorers, there's only 2 7-footers now. That's Kareem and Dirk.
Yeah.
That's some great company to be in. Wilt, Kareem, and Dirk. I mean,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
You probably wouldn't think the best shooters would be, the best scorers would be over 7 feet, 2 of them.
Right. And
but that just goes to show the way the game has evolved.
Absolutely. And then let's think about how unstoppable that shot was that Kareem had.
Oh yeah, nobody could touch that hook.
Right. Yes, sir.
Just like nobody can get in front of Dirk's knee. Like nobody wants to take a knee to the groin.
That's a great point. Like that shot. You see a couple of guys in the NBA trying to duplicate that shot. You see KP trying to do it every now and then. But
yeah, it doesn't work out for everybody.
Well, he's with the Knicks, so we'll see. We'll see if he picks it up down in Dallas. Now, before you called, man, we had a little trivia.
So, yeah, let's get it.
Did you hear?
I like trivia.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it already? Did you hear the answer?
No, I didn't hear it. What was it about?
Okay, it was like a kind of like a this day in sports thing.
Okay.
Right?
I like trivia.
Okay. So, you're a pretty avid NBA fan. So, on this day, March 19th, 1995, right?
Yeah.
It was a special day because somebody came out of retirement.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Michael Jordan, right?
Did I give him too much?
No, I need a little helper. So
Yeah.
I figured, it had to be one of those 2 times.
Right. Yeah, Mike came out of retirement wearing the 4-5. Remember that?
No, I remember his quote. All he said in the letter was, "I'm back."
Right. Yeah, I remember seeing part of that game. I was telling our viewers that Mike was a little on the muscular side because I guess he had to put on a little bit of muscle to play baseball. But
yeah.
After that season, he got back in the gym to get ready to play basketball, and they ran off another 3 rings. But nobody had gotten
Just
that.
like you put on muscle to play the bad boys.
Huh?
Just like you put on muscle to play the bad boys.
Absolutely. He had to do that. He had to do that.
Definitely. I saw that documentary. That was great. That was well done. That 30 for 30.
Yes. Absolutely. But you know what? They have another documentary that's coming out, but it's not coming out until I think they said mid 2020.
Yeah, about Jordan, right?
Yeah, about the Bulls. Period. Like the whole dynasty.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's ESPN basically had cameras following them, like for their whole run, like all 6 championships. Right.
Oh yeah, I think I did hear about that actually. Yeah.
Right. And then there was some people that was like a little upset because like, okay, why are you telling us now? Like 2019 just started and this is not coming out till like next year. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm going to be looking forward to that because it's really going to give you some insight to, you know, who Mike really was, kind of like behind the scenes, you know, in regards to what he was like with his players, you know, with his teammates.
Yeah. Because we only hear like little tidbits here and there. Like, you know, you hear about how he would go hard on, you know, his teammates. We heard about him punching Steve Kerr in the face and, you know, how he took his father's passing and all that. We only hear things few and far between. So I'm glad they're doing a whole documentary on it so we can get a better look inside of it.
Right. And I'm also interested in finding out more about Scottie. You know, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
You know, I really want to see what those practices were like. You know, because Scottie is a great player within his own right. You know,
even though he changes his mind as much as Dave will get him.
Yeah. We're going to give him a pass on that because, you know, sometimes, you know, these older players, you know, it's like they say different things like we're going to get into Walt Clyde Frazier, what he said the other day, too. We're going to get that in another couple of minutes. But I'm really interested in seeing, you know, just what Scottie was like behind the scenes because Scottie's one of the great all-around players in the game. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I want to see, like, okay, was him and Mike going at it in practice or was they always, like, teamed up together? Like, you know, I want to know what that was like. I want to see what Dennis Rodman, you know, was like behind the scenes. You know, how did they keep him, you know, focused, you know?
Yeah.
So
to me, Dennis Rodman kind of has the same appeal as, like, Kanye. It's like they're so, like, on to the point where you just want to know if they're really like that on camera. Or, like, even though there's going to be cameras around, like, you know, you feel like you might catch a more authentic side of it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the great defenders and rebounders in the history of the game. You know? So, got something I want to talk to you about. Did you hear the comments made by Walt Clyde Frazier this weekend in regards to LeBron James?
Yes, I did. About him saying, like, you know, he doesn't, you know, care as much and all that. I did hear that.
Right. So, I'll give you know our viewers some context. Basically, what happened was, I believe it was in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was actually watching it live.
Okay, so it was basically in the first quarter, right? During a timeout.
Yeah, I thought. Wait, was it the first quarter? I feel like it was later.
Later in the game. I thought it was the first. Anyways, there was a timeout, and LeBron James was basically sitting at the end of the bench.
Yeah.
Drinking some Gatorade.
Very last seat.
Right, the very last seat of the bench, drinking some Gatorade. And he was talking to Tyson Chandler. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Talking to Tyson Chandler, who was seated behind the Lakers bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was injured.
Right. Walt Clyde Frazier, Hall of Famer, the last, one of the last of the Mohicans in regards to New York Knicks to actually win a championship.
Yeah.
Walt Clyde Frazier basically said that LeBron James looked like he did not care, was uninterested, and you know, for someone who is so-called like the face of the league, you know, he needs to you know, do better. You know, he was, and I kind of thought that was a little harsh. Had he been sitting at the end of the bench or somewhere else, you know, I mean, still, it's no crime. You know, it's no crime in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
yeah,
he's sitting talking to Tyson Chandler. Like, what's the big deal? You know?
Yeah, I thought it was harsh too. Because I was watching The Jump yesterday with Rachel Nichols and Amin Elhassan and Kenya Martin and somebody else was on too. But Kenya Martin made a great point.
I think it was Steven Jackson,
like,
right?
Just like you said. He was there?
Was it Stephen Jackson as well?
Yeah, I think it was Steven Jackson in that episode too.
Okay.
And he was saying, like, he was talking to Tyson Chandler. They were having a good laugh.
Right.
It was after a timeout. He was saying, like, as a player, after a timeout, if they're talking, if you're not going back in, there's no need for you to be a part of that particular huddle.
Got it.
So, there's no need to rush that. Like,
right.
Like, why would he be up in that if he's not going right back in? And not for nothing, I can understand if he was sitting there shaking his head and pointing fingers, but he literally was having a conversation with Tyson Chandler. So
right.
I don't think that showed he didn't care.
I don't think it showed that he didn't care either. I just feel like, there's so many other things that can be talked about in regards to a Knicks and Lakers game. I mean, as horrible as the Knicks are doing, I know they're tanking. I mean, it's all good. Everything that's going on with James Dolan, everything that's going on with the Lakers and, who's coaching the Lakers and who's managing the Lakers and who plays for the Lakers and who's getting traded from the Lakers. And you want to put the microscope on LeBron James sitting at the end of the bench talking to one of his teammates. I just think it was petty. It's petty.
It was tacky. I mean, he probably didn't expect it to blow up like that,
right.
to be honest with you.
Right.
But it just to me, I just chalk it up as it's, a bigger market. And everybody knows the scrutiny's higher, like in New York and L.A. and places like that.
Right. And
everything they do is under scrutiny. So I think that's what it is, because even that night that LeBron passed MJ in all-time scoring, Rondo was sitting on the opposite side of where, because there's the bench, and then there was like some people that brought floor seats, and then
right.
like some more seats.
Right.
Rondo was sitting over there. He had a whole post about it, saying like, since you guys want to deflect, he's like, I'm not going to let you deflect the fact that history was made tonight with my teammate LeBron.
Yes.
He did like a whole Instagram post about it.
Right.
Because people just want to focus on everything that they shouldn't because they're the Lakers and LeBron's there.
Right. And what bothered me as well is because I like to read the comments, like I like to read the Instagram comments and, the comments, underneath the article. And people was just like carrying this narrative as, oh, LeBron James is, spoiled, crybaby, and, doesn't get his way. And, it's like, come on already. Like, this dude resume is crazy. His resume is crazy. It's like, you could never say that this guy doesn't care. I mean, last year he played all 82 games.
Yep.
He's like 34 years.
15.
Right. Absolutely. Now, there are some things that I did take issue to, in regards to how Walton is coaching the Lakers. Why is LeBron James still playing? I mean,
you said why is he still playing?
Okay, not why is he still playing, but why is he playing in the fourth quarter?
I don't know. He probably just has that spirit about him, that spirit where he just wants to be in, even though they're not going to the playoffs.
But my concern is, why take the risk? Let the young guys. You got to see what you got with these young guys. LeBron James took 15 shots in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was bad. It didn't look good.
I mean, even like besides the fact that it didn't look good, but when are you going to get an opportunity to give the young guys a chance to play? One thing that I love about what Fizdale's doing with the Knicks is he's like switching the lineups up, giving guys giving guys an opportunity to start. Some of the guys coming off the bench, you see some maneuvering here and there, but you're getting an opportunity to see what everybody has.
I think in this particular case, it's because he missed those 18 games. So, and he saw that some players, they didn't know how to play with him, but could really shine when he was out. So I think they just want to get him as many reps as possible with everybody else. Since, like, going forward, as far as we know, unless there's like some trades going to happen, that's who he's going to be playing with. So you might as well get to know what it's like playing with each other.
It's going to be some trades.
Yeah, I don't know which ones though. I don't know. I mean, they were ready to throw everything but the kitchen sink for Anthony Davis. So who knows who's going to be there?
Right. I mean, I don't know. It just seems.
Personally, I hope they don't give up Kuzma. I think that would be such a bad move. Like, because you don't want to give away everybody just to get Anthony. Him and Anthony Davis can't do it by themselves. That team's still not making the playoffs. If it's just them two with like a bunch of role players.
Right. But
first of all, Anthony Davis doesn't even stay healthy that much.
Yeah, he is kind of suspect when it comes to his health.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting, man, because I just feel like, at this point you're not making the playoffs. Why would you risk injuring, your star player again? And losing him, possibly for, parts of next season, or just re-aggravating an injury that, you guys should have given, more time to heal.
Yeah, he's actually sitting out tonight for the sore groin.
Oh, see?
Yeah. If I were the coach, though, I mean, everybody knows pretty much Luke Walton's on a hot seat. He's been that way for a while. But
Right.
I would play LeBron about 7 minutes a quarter. Just that way, keep him at an even 28 and then keep it moving.
Right. They're playing Milwaukee tonight?
Yeah, and Giannis isn't playing because he has the ankle thing.
Right.
They sat him out for rest.
Okay. Yeah, that's I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed in Magic Johnson, man. I'll be totally honest with you because
Me too. I saw that online today as well.
yeah.
Because when you look about all the moves, I mean, see, this is like the Nets fan of me because I'm so traumatized by all the moves that Billy King made.
Right.
So I look at what the GMs do, and Magic, what he did was he gave away D'Angelo Russell. You see how a bunch of a star Russell's become.
Oh, he
let Julius Randle walk.
Yes.
And there was another move he made too that was questionable. It's not coming to mind right now, but that stuff, that like whether they want to admit it or not, that stuff can really be a detriment to a team.
Absolutely.
So that's how I look at
it. It has been a detriment to their team because you can just look and see like the effort is not there.
Yeah.
The effort is not there, and these guys are basically waiting for the season to be over to find out what the future holds for them.
Yep.
And I just feel like
defensively, they have to make so many roster updates this season. Off season is not even funny.
Yeah, I feel like those guys know that it's a wrap for them basically. One question before I let you go. This situation with Clyde Frazier kind of calling out this with Walt Clyde Frazier calling out LeBron James, and Walt Clyde Frazier being like part of the press, the New York press when it comes to basketball, in this city.
Yeah.
You feel like it puts a negative light on any free agents potentially coming here?
I would say not really. I don't think if someone's gonna base their free agency decision off of is the media gonna be taking my feelings into consideration, then they weren't really gonna come anyway.
Right. Right.
Because that's just how it is. I mean, we all know bigger markets. The media is relentless.
Right.
But that's just how it is. If you want to come here for another reason, that's good. If you don't want to come for another reason, that's good too. But if that's the only thing you're basing it on, then it's like okay, then they don't really want you. But I do think it's funny because you always hear about, we've been hearing all year about with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, two of the most sensitive guys when it comes to media. But they both want to come to New York for this. I just want to see how that would work out.
Twitter fingers.
What you say?
Twitter fingers. KD,
yeah.
a.k.a. Twitter fingers.
Yeah, with the burner accounts and all that.
Right. But you know what? I did you get a chance to watch the show The Corp? Where he actually there's this show. KD does this show on ESPN.
Oh, the boardroom?
Was it the boardroom? Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? The boardroom. The Corp is A-Rod's podcast. But
okay, yeah, I saw one episode of the boardroom with Kuzma.
Okay. there was the episode with KD when he talked about why he started the Twitter account, the fake Twitter account.
Oh, what did he say?
Well, he basically said that it was his way of connecting with his friends and family that was closest to him. Like there's the KD Twitter account where you got to say all the politically correct stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was the Twitter account that was basically really him and the people who know him personally, friends and family and other teammates and stuff. They knew that was him, and what was said on that Twitter account was basically what he really felt. His
authentic truth.
Absolutely. when he put it like that, I was kind of like, okay. Okay, I get it.
To me, it's like, why are you even doing all that?
Huh?
To me, it's like, why are you even doing all that? Like, why do you care that much?
You know what, though? There's two ways of looking at it. Because you know that, when you're in the light like that, there's certain things that you can't say. You can't say your truth.
Yeah, you have to be PC.
Right. So it's not as if like he had the account and he was trying to like fool people. It was more like, okay, this is like, it's like your private phone number, right? Like,
yeah,
you got a phone probably where, you give out and, maybe your agent or, somebody that you roll with, takes those calls, and kind of screens them, Some calls may get through, some calls won't, some calls don't. But the real phone number is the number that my boys got, my family got, my close friends got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that was like the equivalent to like, the real number. The real number. I don't know. It's so crazy. But hey, listen, bro.
Yeah, it's just like instant.
Yeah, it is. KD's a character.
Yeah, and like I mean, OKC was right. He really is a cupcake.
Oh. Yeah.
He cares so much about what everybody thinks.
Yeah. It's crazy. He's very sensitive, man. Him and Kyrie are two of the most sensitive cats, and it's like, just to think like them, they want to be here in New York or in, I don't know.
Them with Zion could do some damage though.
Zion is going to New Orleans, and we're getting Anthony Davis, brother.
Or Phoenix. But, I think Phoenix needs R.J. Barrett more than they need Zion.
Any team could use R.J. Barrett.
What is that?
Any team could use R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, but I think they haven't had a good wing for years if you think about it.
Right.
So I think he would be a perfect three in that system that they run. I mean, they still would be a ways from contention, but that would be a good start.
Yeah, Zion, I think Zion is just raw, man. I don't know how his skill set is going to translate to the NBA game. I know he's got power, but I think it's just going to be difficult.
I hope he doesn't go to Cleveland.
Huh?
I said I hope he doesn't go to Cleveland.
I just hope
somebody like him is built for a bigger market.
Yeah, I just hope the Knicks get the number one pick though. Keep him or trade him. I don't know. I just hope the Knicks get the number one pick.
Yeah.
The number one pick. But listen, bro.
I mean, AD said he would resign if he went to New York. He said.
Yes, he did say that. He said New York and the L.A. Lakers were basically the two teams that he said he would resign to. So.
Yeah, even though the Pelicans, they said they're hell-bent on making sure they trade it to anywhere that's not the Lakers.
Yeah, I think...
And that, once again, that goes back to the media. The media really blew that whole thing up. Like, yes, there was speculation, but the media always speculates. And then LeBron and him had dinner when the AD played against LA and everything, and that was blown up. And then people just took it and ran with it. So that, once again, comes back to the media blowing something up.
Well, I think it's more than the media, bro. I mean, he signed with Clutch, right?
Yeah.
LeBron's company. We all know that's LeBron's company. I mean, Rich Paul runs it, but we all know that's LeBron's company, right? He signed with Clutch.
Draymond.
And yes, and Draymond is going to the Lakers too.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from and what other people are coming from thinking that, but at the end of the day, it's still an assumption.
Bro, who's the odd man out with Golden State? They're going to try to keep everybody, but they're not going to be able to.
Draymond's definitely the weakest link.
Right. They're going to try to keep Clay. Curry already got his money. They're going to try to keep Clay, right?
Yeah.
Simmons, right?
Who?
Simmons. What's DeMarcus Cousins?
Yeah. I think they'll resign him if Draymond leaves, but Draymond has one more year left on his contract.
Draymond has one more year on his contract, and I do not think he's re-signing with Golden State. I think he's going to the Lakers to be with LeBron. I think All those clutch players, they're teaming up. No, I shouldn't say that.
I would love that though. They need the biggest roster reboot.
Yes, they do, because the Clippers are here, brother.
Yes, they are.
The Clippers,
and KD and Kawhi are serious contenders to go there.
Yes, the Clippers are here. Like, let's not even get it twisted. Like, they're a problem.
Yeah.
They are a problem. Like, it'll be a while before LA gets it together, because right now they got this core, man. This core of players is like, if you add one or two more stars to that situation, it's, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a problem. They're gonna give Golden State a run for their money.
What'd you say?
They're gonna give Golden State a run for their money.
Oh yeah, it's not looking good for Lakers.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, did you hear about this Mike Trout money?
Oh yeah, the $430 million.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that, but I want to thank you for calling, brother.
Oh no, thank you for having me.
All right. Eric, have a good evening, brother. All right, we got another caller on the line. Hello, Jerry Bishop's Live. Hello, Jerry Bishop's Live. They hung up. Okay. We're still live though, right? All right. Okay, for those who don't know, this is the Jerry Bishop's Live show here at Bravery Studios. We're on Jersey Fresh TV. We're going to go to break for a minute. We'll be right back. Okay, thank you. This is the Jerry Bishop's Live show here at Bravery Studios. I think we have a caller on the line. Who's on the line?
Hello?
Hello. Hi, this is Jerry Bishop's Live. Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
I just have a quick question.
Okay, tell me your name first.
I just have.
Okay, tell me.
My name is Jerome.
Your name is Jerome too. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, Jerome, you have to turn down the volume in the background, okay?
Okay. Hello?
Is this LJ?
Yeah.
Ah, this is my son, Jerome, calling in. How are you, young man?
Good.
Good. Okay, what's your question? Because it's
do
8:52 and you have to be in bed in a couple minutes. So, what's your question, young man?
Do you think LeBron is going to stay with Cleveland?
Is going to stay with the Lakers?
Yeah. Yeah, let's stay with the Lakers.
I believe LeBron James signed a 3-year deal, 3 or 4 year deal with the Lakers. And I think the only way he actually leaves, I'm not sure if there's a no trade clause in his contract, but the deal with LeBron James going to the Los Angeles Lakers was about more than basketball. It was about business as well. LeBron James has a production company, and they produce movies and television shows and things of that nature. So I think he wanted to be closer to Hollywood so that he could handle a lot of the business, during the season and during the off season. So I don't think that he wants to leave the Los Angeles Lakers. I think he wants to finish out his career in Los Angeles. Will he play the entire 4 years? That is the question that I would like to have answered, because physically I think he could do it, But emotionally and mentally, it just looks like it would be totally draining. So I don't think he'd get traded, but I wouldn't be surprised if after another year or two he decides to retire. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for calling in, buddy.
Okay.
Daddy love you. All right. Want to thank you for continuing the view as I had that little conversation with my son. He's a big LeBron James fan, and I take no issue with that as being a Knicks fan. I'm a big LeBron James fan too. So listen, before I let you guys go, there was some big news today that came down from the offices of Major League Baseball. Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels reached an agreement on a 12-year deal worth more than $430 million. The contract will be the largest in professional sports history and tops the 13-year, $330 million deal by Bryce Harper, who basically signed with the Philadelphia Phillies earlier this year. The 5-year, $365 million deal that the Boxers signed with Canelo Alvarez is not even as big as this deal that Mike Trout has. Trout was basically set to become a free agent in 2020, but this new deal, which is a 10-year extension on his current deal, will keep him with the Angels until he's 39 years old. The extension kicks in going into the 2021 season after Trout will have made $66.5 million in the last 2 years of this 6-year, $144.5 million deal. Listen, Mike Trout is the real deal. You can look up the numbers yourself. He's probably been the best player in baseball the past 3 to 4 years. He already has like 2 MVPs. I have no issue. I have no issue with him getting that type of money. I have no issue with Machado getting that type of money. I would like to see some more players in other markets, get that type of money as well. But I feel like it's going to be hard for them to build a team around this man when you have that much money dedicated towards his salary. It's going to be very difficult. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting season. I want to see how many more games they actually win. I want to see how many more seats get filled and how many more season ticket holders come on board with the Angels. It's going to be interesting to see. It's good that they're putting the money out. This guy deserved it, and they did not want him to go anyplace else. That is the biggest thing about it. They did not want to give him the opportunity to hit the free agent market. It may turn out that this may be a bargain. That's the funny thing about it. It may turn out that they may have gotten this guy for a bargain. Before we run, I want to give you guys my Final Four. My Final Four pick. I know we're not even in round 1 yet of March Madness, but I just want to go on record with my Final Four pick of this 2019. We have another caller. Yeah, let's give him a shot. Jerry Bishop's live. Who's on the line?
Hey, how's it going? This is David.
Hey, how you doing, David?
I'm great. How about yourself?
All right. We got a couple minutes, but I can chat with you. How's everything going?
Everything is wonderful. I just wanted to congratulate you on your show.
Oh,
I had a question for you.
Sure. Oh, wait a minute. FLO.
Good morning.
My man. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm just watching the show. I want to congratulate you on that. I have a question.
Sure.
I don't really watch sports like that.
Okay.
But I want to know, will you be watching the NFL season this year?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I decided that after Colin Kaepernick signed his Nike deal, And after the NFL decided that they were going to settle with Colin Kaepernick in regards to, them basically saying that the owners were, got together and said that they were not going to allow him to be an employee of the NFL anymore. After they went to court and they settled it and he got paid, I said to myself, you know what? I think it's okay to watch again.
Okay, so you will be watching this year's season.
Absolutely. and I'm also going to mention to you that my Jets made a couple of acquisitions, and I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching my team, especially because the Giants are going to be so horrible this year. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, man, listen. Yes, I will be watching. I took a couple of years off watching the NFL, and I was just I was very disappointed in what I was seeing, and these guys getting contracts that I had never heard of, and Colin Kaepernick continuing to work out and just stay steadfast in what he believed in and not get any calls. I had an issue with that, but I'm glad that they decided that they were going to fall on their sword and cut this man a check. So, yeah, I think I'm going to watch this season. What about you?
No, I would never watch another NFL game ever.
I hear you. You have
money don't change what you did.
That's true. But
you do have a sports show, so
yeah,
it'll be kind of hard.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know that I was doing. We were doing double coverage. You know what I mean? And it was hard. The enthusiasm was not there.
That's what I'm saying.
The enthusiasm was not there when I was doing the sports show. It was just like I was just disgusted, not only with what was going on with the NFL, but what was going on with the state of America at the time as well too. The whole Black Lives Matter situation and the whole police brutality situation. I felt like there were so many other issues that was just bigger than sports. I almost felt guilty just like, even talking about it at the time, talking about sports. Like it just was not high on my list of priorities at all. So, I took some time off and I decided like, okay, you know what? Even though it's still kind of crazy what's going on, you know what I mean? I kind of feel like people do need to kind of step away from, all of the craziness that's going on with this guy that's living in the White House, and maybe take a little time to enjoy sports a little bit.
All right, and one more quick question, because I know you have to get off.
Sure.
Are you going to watch the XFL?
I may watch the XFL. I did watch a little bit of the AAF league, which is like the football minor league. It was kind of interesting, but I may watch. I enjoy watching football. So I may watch. When they had the league before, I watched a couple of games. It was pretty interesting. The guys having the little nicknames like "He Hate Me."
yeah. I love that. But I want to check it out myself. I'll check that out before I check out the NFL.
That's what's up. Hey, listen, man.
Right, thank you so much for taking my call. I love the scoop.
Oh, my man. Thank you so much. You know how we do, right?
And congratulations on everything and much success to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Much success to you as well, FLO. My man, you know how we do. Good morning, right?
Yes, good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir. All the time. Thank you,
Have
brother.
A good one.
You too. Peace. All right. Want to thank everybody that called in tonight. My picks, Final Four. I got Duke, Michigan, Villanova, North Carolina. You heard it here first. Jerry Bishop's Live, Jersey Fresh TV, and Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. Thanks for spending time with us. We love you. Peace.